Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Morrigan Society. I am Mary, one of your nerd on wheels, and I'm so excited to see what we have in store for tonight because I don't even know exactly what's going to happen. Before we dive into the amazing story, first let's get to know our cast a little bit. We have a new guest tonight, so I think uh, it is only fitting we get to start with you, Austin. So for our intros, we just do name, character name, maybe the archetype that your character's in, and then we leave the plugs at the end. But to kick us off, who are you bringing to the table tonight?
All right. Hi, everybody. My name's Austin. I go by he, they pronouns, and I'm going to be playing Finn Whitty. Pronouns he, him, and a writer. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And then you can popcorn it to the next person.
I'm going to popcorn it to the father.
Thank you so much. I am Danny Mendoza, he, him, Danny or Mendoza everywhere, playing Father Varela Segundo S.J., he, they. And I would like to pass it along to our most esteemed Mr. Williams.
I am Steve, tall halfling on the socials, and I play Mr. Williams, the butler, who is sadly underdressed this evening, not having realized we were picking up where we left off. So, in the meantime, while I can actually see at least Crimson, we will pass it over to Violet. Being able to see Violet never lasts very long, but
Hi everyone, Crimson Soul, he, him. I'm playing Violet Eklund, she, her, the vagabond, and on a consistent roll of nothing ever bad ever happening to me, and we're gonna keep it that way. Let me go ahead and pass this on to Rand real quick.
Hi, I'm Ran. I will be playing Celadonna Witch, and she is currently just living her best life.
And to bring us through, this is a horror game, the Vaesen RPG, specifically a gothic horror historical fiction game, meaning that we will be having some mature themes throughout the game. Content warnings for tonight are gaslighting, political control and manipulation, colonialism, the general uh, British issues involving colonialism, systems of control, and imprisonment, as well as other general horror themes such as body horror, psychological horror, occultism, both in iconography and practices, religious iconography, as well as religious practices. If these things are not something that are comfortable for you to watch tonight, that is okay. We have plenty of wonderful recorded options for you. Head on over to our YouTube channel for Nerds with Dice, and we have a bunch of our VODs there waiting for your viewing pleasure. And of course, at any time, we have safety tools in place to keep all of us safe. But keep in mind your mental health. We love to have you here, but of course, uh, watch at your own leisure. Uh, Before we get into things, let's do a little bit of a recap. Our wonderful investigators of the Morrigan Society have gotten themselves in a bit of a pickle. They were summoned to Rose House in order to help with the grand auction, a society event that brings in many other of the secret societies from other countries in a way to set up new alliances, to get different magic items that are kind of passed around the different societies, as well as to a bit of gossip, flaunting power, etc. Our players were not aware that there was someone else involved in maybe making the auction not the most pleasant experience. As Mr. Williams and Violet found out, a heist was going on at the same time. All of the wonderful items that were up for auction, very much not from Britain, but other places that they have colonized, were stolen by people that could transform themselves into animals. Violet and Celadonna both escaped with the thieves, while Mr. Williams and Valera were were caught in the midst of the chaos. Nisha, in effort to support Varela's wishes, had given Hawkins the info that this has something to do with the wonderful father. But as we get into things, I will leave it up to you guys. I think first we need to start with the group that is currently being held for questioning at Rose House. Right now, uh, it is the next morning. You both, Father Varela and Mr. Williams, were both escorted, not aggressively, but very much in lieu of asking what the hell happened. Uh, you are all taken to Rose House. You don't really know where the others have gone, other than Mr. Williams. You saw Violet escape through a window, and there were whispers of a woman fitting Celadonna's description, riding off with the thieves. But we find you in one of the questioning rooms. It's a rather plain room. There is a cot on one side. You haven't been moved into like an actual interrogation room. You're more so in just like a waiting area. They have two cots in the room. There is quite a comfortable cell, if you will. It's more so been a bedroom that has been transformed and renovated to work like a prison cell. But both Father Segundo and Mr. Williams, you find yourselves in this predicament. You haven't been talked to yet. It seems like they were dealing with other things and letting you guys sit for a while before being questioned.
Hmm. Sorry to have put you in this position.
It's not exactly your doing.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I almost got away. In fact, and then froze. Three different people. I've of those I've sworn to protect, all in trouble all at the same time. He just kind of shrugs.
That speaks to the quality of your character and the wisdom of your judgment. You apparently have a good sense of who might need help, as it turns out.
Not terribly effective at providing it, apparently.
I don't know. I feel pretty helped right now. I'd be very lonely if you weren't here with me.
It takes a lot for Mr. Williams to acknowledge that he has actual like human social needs, but he feels very much the same. He just is very bad at saying that, even worse than I am.
I would argue that given what Father Segundo does as a calling in life, that is able to appreciate it and doesn't in any way need you to push anything in a direction that would put you past the point of comfort. Fully understands.
Yep. Any chance that there's like writing materials in this room?
Yeah, you can actually find hidden away cat. That's a microphone.
A hidden away cat.
Yeah, you find a cat sitting in the window, trying to get it so much attention.
Yeah.
But no, you find a notebook as well as a pencil that has been hidden behind one of the bricks.
Mhm.
Okay. So Mr. Williams is thinking very much about how things went wrong yesterday. And while we're continuing to chat, having found the notebook and the pencil, he's going to practice a skill that he did not exactly have very well yesterday. The art of writing a legible, informative, substantive note without looking at it, just in case he finds himself in that position again. So he's kind of scratching away off to one side while focusing intently on the father.
I'll notice that, but not try to put too much attention on it.
Mhm.
Just in case anyone else, in a way that we may or may not be able to easily perceive, is watching us. Don't want to draw attention there. Speaking of that, would I, from this restrained position, be able to surmise anything about our surroundings, the conditions under which we find ourselves, and what might be done to hold us or to watch us in matter, like in ways that are mundane, but also in ways that are perhaps less mundane?
100%. Basic information you would know from your time in Rose House. The containment rooms are not often used, only when problems occur. Usually, people that are going to be eventually questioned by the Council of Elders
Hmm.
or Hawkins himself. But usually, if you go to Hawkins first, that's not the best scenario. People that have been held in containment rooms and then moved to visit with Hawkins come out different every time. But that hasn't happened yet. As far as like what is actually keeping you in the room, there is a window. However, you can tell that there are magical wards that make it very difficult to break, and it is also on a upper level of the house. The house has uh, three floors. You're at the very top. Um, you're actually rather close to the turret that Hawkins lives in.
Hmm.
But you're kind of like an offshoot from it. One of the rooms that Violet last time had actually hidden away in was
Mhm.
one of these containment rooms. Other things, there's a door. The doors have locks. You also know that once someone is in containment, there is a guard always stationed outside the door. There are also different magical wards. So if, for example, someone would try to like magically escape, it causes magic backlash. Should you try to do something that would make a problem for Rose House. If you're doing basic magic that would help yourself, that seems to not be a problem from your understanding. But the actual process of uh, trying to do magic to like escape or to maybe mess with a guard's mind to let you out, those kind of things would not only cause a alarm to go off, but you would have magic backlash, like basically it kind of coming back at you uh, while
Mm.
within the confines of this room.
Copy that. Um, I think taking that into account and understanding that my best course of action on my end would likely be more through speech than action to get through, I think I'm just going to store most of that security information away, not wanting to, again, give away anything to any surveillance I might not be aware of. Um, Turn over to you, Mr. Williams, and say, Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable?
I don't do comfortable very well. I'm afraid.
Uncomfortable with comfortable. I can appreciate that.
And I think as we're chatting, Mr. Williams turns back, reads over what he was just writing. You know, most of it is messy. Some of it's a little bit more legible. He's practicing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it, however, he doesn't recognize. Perhaps didn't come from him because he has a new ability purchased with some XP for automatic writing. Which once per session, an inspiration roll can get him some clues, predictions, insights into enemies' thoughts and experiences, or very bad things if the roll fails.
So you're wanting to use the new automatic writing ability. And describe to me again what skill check you need to make.
It is an inspiration roll.
Awesome.
So empathy and inspiration.
Go ahead and make that check, and I will describe what Father Segundo sees, because you're tapping into something else. So go ahead and make that check. Tell me what you get.
Have they taken away our stuff in this case? My field kitchen, which gives me a bonus on inspiration, so that's why I'm asking.
I don't think they would have taken the field kitchen. They would have taken anything that would be similar to a weapon, defensive magic, or like if you had like strange poultices on you, those would be taken off. Things that could be used to harm them is the idea.
Okay. All right. So that is a +2. 3 successes.
Heck yeah. Okay. You begin kind of just in a pattern, your hand moving without you realizing it. And for Father Segundo, you see Mr. Williams go into a trance.
Okay.
Above Mr. Williams' hand, you see a spectral hand begin guiding the automatic writing. Like literally just like a hand over hand and like controlling the movements.
Not having the context to know that this is something that Mr. Williams is definitively choosing for himself, I'm going to study this with the intensity of someone who is concerned that something might be happening to my friend against their will or without their consent. I obviously know above table that that's not the case, but I find it inescapable that Father Segundo would react another way. So we don't have to roll about it if you don't want to, but he's going to be trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead, and I would say observation, empathy for this one.
Observation, empathy. Cool. So that is, that is 8. Okay. And yeah, I can't do it there.
For what it's worth, it is not something that Mr. Williams is choosing to do. He has never had this happen before, but then again, he's never tried writing without looking until yesterday.
All the more reason. I did get 1 6, which is great. I got 2 1s. Lucky there are no walkers in Vaesen. Although I would have had to have had that be stress anyway. But yeah.
You pay attention to the whatever this entity is that is guiding Mr. Williams' hand. It does not seem either benevolent or malevolent. It just is. It seems to be, at least for the area that you're in, potentially memories of the place. It doesn't seem like a ghost per se. You've seen them, you've interacted with them. This is something different. This is almost like a residual memory. that is guiding Mr. Williams' hand from the memory that this room has.
Interesting. I find that intriguing and not troubling, but I'm going to want to keep watching it. So I won't do anything to try to intervene or get in the way of it, but I am going to stay attentive to it to see if anything happens that might seem to put Mr. Williams at risk.
Yeah, so far it doesn't seem like this entity is trying to harm Mr. Williams. It is as though very similar to how Celadonna opens her mind to allow spirits to speak. It is guiding Mr. Williams' hand to communicate in some way.
Seems like it's a help. I will say that my heart fills with hope that if creatures, individuals, let's say people, who this place would seek to put in its service with or without their consent, if not do worse things to, is able to break through and come in and help Mr. Williams here, then perhaps there are greater powers at play than Rose House can account for that can help us get out of where we are and get to where we need to go.
Mhm.
And I will say, if my, oh sorry, I was just if my
go for it.
flavor, pure flavor, but like if my hands are in a position where they would allow for this, I don't need to do anything mechanically with my memento, right? But I would like to. I just think as a comforting thing, right? I would grab my rosary and start, pressing on the beads one by one.
Yeah, and both your hands aren't bound. You are
Perfect.
currently being sequestered in a room. They may bind your hands once you leave that room, but at least for
Copy.
now, your hands are free. You're able to reach your rosary. Most of the other different things have been taken off of you, Father Segundo, just because of the ways that they can be used by other practitioners, rather than like the way you use them. Others use those as like focuses for magic, so just in case they take those away. But they do leave you with the rosary, and you thumb over the beads as a form of comfort. For Mr. Williams, when you're in this zone, it is almost your mind is completely blank. There is a moment of levity, and then it's almost like as you're watching above you, as you're seeing yourself write this, you're eventually snapped back into your body and you look down at the paper. Is there anything in particular you were trying to ask when doing this automatic writing?
I don't think Mr. Williams knows how to approach this with intent at this moment. That's going to take some time and practice. But he's very much thinking about what comes next. What are they planning? What can we do about it? He's I think it's well, suitably practical thinking.
There are few things kind of like written throughout the paper, and they're all in different handwritings. On the top left corner of the paper, don't drink the tea. Bottom right corner, don't stare into his eyes too long. Bottom left corner, keep your hand at the level of your eyes. Top right corner, friends are coming.
Good to know we have some. All right. As
you are doing that, Finn, You have been summoned to Rose House. They've been very cagey about why, but you have heard of the fiasco that was the auction. That some miscreants had stolen things away, and potentially there are members of the Apollonian Society behind it. But this was not communicated in your summons. Only that your arrival is necessary for an investigation. Come at this time. You heard this just through the web of the different Apollonian Society members, because uh, this is very, very bad press for the British Secret Society. What does Finn look like as you're approaching Rose House?
Finn Whitty is a 28-year-old man who looks like he has experienced 29 years worth of stress.
Hmm.
He has longer, messy hair that he ties back in a bun with some red string. Um, and at his side, there is a very large and awkward-looking duffel bag that is full of writing instruments, as well as, well, I won't say yet, but I will say that it's moving a little. He is overall very exhausted, but as he looks upon Rose House with kind and strangely hopeful eyes, uh, he knows that he's here because there is something that needs to be done. That hopefully will bring him a bit closer to answering a couple questions that he has.
You approach the door, and before you're even able to knock on it, a butler does open it. Um, you're quickly greeted inside and brought to the sitting room. It is a rather beautiful, picturesque room with perfect vintage furniture. There is a table with a variety of refreshments, as well as a stand with multiple different kinds of newspapers from many different places, kind of all perfectly lined up for your viewing pleasure. Um, it doesn't take too long for them to greet you, um, but you know this is the main place where if you're going to do business, this is where you're brought to first.
Okay. Um, is there anything specific about these newspapers in particular that that could give me pause?
There's you actually see one that is almost like tucked away. That it appears to be one that is like run by um, a group very much like a conspiracy theorist newspaper,
Hmm.
um, that writes about uh, animal thieves steal from British higher ups.
Uh, all right. I take out from my bag this like very thick old leather journal, and I start writing uh like small notes about the article as if it is like gospel.
You see they write out that the Hall family went through a bit of a disturbance, or not Hall family, sorry, the Stuckley family went through a bit of a disturbance after a gala auction, and animals were seen fleeing with a variety of ancient artifacts. Um, and they describe someone that would absolutely ring a bell to you
Hmm.
as very similar looking to Celadonna.
I get to that point and I like I think I'm just I write CEL, and then like I lift up my pen, and then you just see a little question mark.
Hmm.
I set the newspaper down, and I'm alone in this room, right?
For right now, you're alone.
Okay. Um. All right. Is there anything else of interest that I can check out before someone finds me?
Other things of interest. This room is pretty barren for any like artifacts or interesting books or things like that. It very much is like the greeting room that they have for people that are not actually involved in the Apollonian Society and those that are. The one thing that you would note is the sheer amount of wards on the house. The fact that these wards are conflicting. There are a lot of wards that seem to be almost timing out one by one, keeping things in. Uh, and of course, they have the normal ones that keep everything out.
Okay.
But it seems like there's like a timed ward that are slowly going off uh, of like a bunch of like strange wards keeping things in that are actually conflicting with the outer wards on the house.
Okay. All right. This is a very weird question, and I think you'll understand why I'm asking this. Am I setting any of them off?
No,
Hmm. Uh,
surprisingly so.
okay. At this point, Finn just starts sort of like muttering to himself, like, "Oh, they need to upgrade their wards, don't they, Monty?" And it just starts muttering different like theories of what the animal thieves could be, and um the nature and practice of this wording, every once in a while mentioning someone named Monty to himself until someone arrives.
And a little bit into uh, the internal dialogue, you see walk in a butler as well as the caretaker of Rose House, Hawkins. Hawkins is a middle-aged white man. He has long blonde hair, very much different, I would say an older style compared to the more modern styles of like the late 19th century. Long hair very much was semi in. It was more of like the fancy mustaches and shorter hair. But he has more of like that 1700s longer hair back tied in a like a ponytail. Um, and he very gracefully walks in. Hawkins is a intimidating and complex member of the Apollonian Society. He has a way of putting someone at ease while also like raising the hairs on the back of your neck. It is you don't want to spend a lot of time with Hawkins for the most
Okay.
part. And usually if you had to spend time with Hawkins, it's not a good thing. But he approaches, gives a bow before sitting at one of the chairs, and says, "Well, Finn, it is a pleasure to see you again. I do hope things are going well since your last visit."
They've been going how they normally go, Mr. Hawkins. It's wonderful to see you again, though. May I sit?
Of course, of course. And he ushers to like they actually the butler fluffs a little pillow before you sit down. Um, Finn, I have to say we've had quite the predicament, as it were. Uh, I'm sure that you've heard of some strange ramblings involving the auction.
Apparently, people were, well, not people, were running away with a few things that we hold near and dear.
Yes, very, very valuable artifacts. In the wrong hands could be incredibly dangerous. Um, Unfortunately, we don't have many leads on where these vagabonds must have gone, but there are two people I would much ask for your help with. Uh, you actually would know of them, Father Segundo and Mr. Williams. You know, Delilah's butler. I think, unfortunately, they have gotten themselves into a rather nasty crowd, and I, for one, don't believe that they could possibly be behind this. But my hands are tied by the council, and if you could possibly help me exonerate them, uh, I would be indebted to you.
I'd be more than happy to help out the father and Mr. Williams. Are you saying that they're being charged with the theft?
They have not been charged yet, but two of their comrades, Celadonna, you would know, uh, Violet, she's a bit of a scoundrel of sorts, but so far has been rather helpful. It seems as though they may have gotten tied into another bad crowd of those, whatever those creatures were. We're pretty sure they are Vaesen, possibly under someone's control. Um, but I don't want to lose good people, and I know they are all very good people.
I agree. Celadonna is also a friend. Violet, I've only heard stories of. We were supposed to be on actually several cases, but things always popped up, so we weren't able to work together, unfortunately. But I look forward to the opportunity. What
But
exactly was stolen? That may help.
oh goodness, they broke into the main auction storeroom. The biggest problem is it's not just our items that are stolen, but other members of other secret societies that we work with. I'm sure you understand how that can look on us, not being able to keep our items and their items safe. Uh, he will give you a list.
Hmm?
Um, what you can tell just immediate, like without any checks, half of these items are not from Britain, nor are they from the societies that they are linked to. Very much these are from the, as far as like the other countries that were at the auction, many of them were uh, countries that colonize. And many of those items were from the countries they have colonized. Um, in fact, almost all of them are. Uh, there are certain ones that are marked as like most important, but all of these items are very much ones that you would see in legends. There are many that are from Ireland, specifically like three of like the big four mythological items are missing.
Okay. This is a wide range of items. Odds are they're not looking to do anything in particular. It's just they don't want us to have them.
Yes, they're incredibly powerful, and well, we've seen what happens when they end up in the wrong hands. And uh, I mean, at one point, we had the dancing plague done by, and he points to a violin written on the sheet. That was played once, and everyone died there. It was a problem. But the problem is people that don't understand what they're dealing with. They're at harm's way, and it's up to us to protect them from themselves.
Finn is understanding the subtext, but doesn't really like the whole like we must save these savages from themselves kind of idea. Is gonna bite his lip because if he gets thrown out, it might hurt his bag. So uh What exactly were the animals? The article didn't say.
Yes, we are believing that they may be people possessed by animal spirits. We're not quite sure exactly which area they come from. In fact, many of these secret societies that are visiting currently have donated their resources to actually go and hunt for them. But we will see what happens there. Hopefully, they can find them shortly.
All right. May I see my friends? Is that all
Of
right? I'd
course.
like to talk to them.
Um, you are ushered through the halls of the house at the cell door, and that is when the camera kind of shifts to see what has been going on with Violet, and we see like the clock kind of turn back to the night in question as Violet is chasing uh, the person that has turned into a wolf. Celadonna is riding on the back of a deer. Uh, and you all kind of end up in the same location. And it's really the wolf keeps looking behind her at you, Violet, and just kept
Mhm.
like just it very much like when a dog is frustrated and they start doing like the little grunts and howls and like little barks. Uh,
Mhm.
it is just so upset that you can keep up. And so, like so mad. It's trying to like
uh,
go over logs and go under things and uh navigate through really tightly winded trees. I mean, but
mhm.
you're able to keep up pretty darn easily with it. Um
Violet doing her least favorite activity so very well.
yes, Violet's least favorite activity.
Mhm.
But you see the wolf, and as you are running Celadonna, you see the group of animals around you are all gathering in one spot, very deep within the forest. There seems to be a camp set up, variety of tents. There seems to be a rather large wagon that
Mhm.
has been set up. You see a variety of actually different tent types. There are some that you are more familiar with. There are some that are from other countries themselves. You see some yurts. You see a variety of different camping equipment. Um, but as you uh, approach, you see some of the people come out of these tents to greet these animals. And Violet, you catch up uh, to this. What are you guys doing as you see the scene of the animals running into this camp?
I'm trying to get the lay of the land right now. I'm not losing track of the wolf that had everything before in her special bag of holding. But I am trying to gauge what I'm about to run into. It looks like so far it's just all the animals from before. And that we're mostly running into animals. So I'm like on guard, but I'm not like at a 10 just yet. I imagine I also see Celadonna from like the other side riding in on Stagback.
Yeah. I think you will hear Celadonna first because she is on top of her lungs, just singing a fight song.
Mhm.
And just kind of yelling like, "You're entirely in the right. Just take your things and go home."
We might be in a little bit of opposition because I don't have the information right now, and I'm just like I had a heist that I needed to plan, and I need more info before I decide what's going on. But as of right now, my knives are in my pockets, so uh, I'm gonna say that I'm continuing to move after this wolf, and I'm just going to be her shadow until she decides to do something about it.
Um, so all of both you and Celadonna, so they kind of like howl in agreement, the different animals with their all of the different cries. But you see them slowly shift out of that animal form and into their human form. Um, it is a interesting prospect. It's not the most comfortable transformation, but eventually when they are fully in human form, you see a variety of tattoos that appear to be the animals that they transformed into kind of seep back into their hand, like the ink themselves
Mhm.
kind of receding into the skin. um, you see the Violet, the woman you were following that turned into a wolf. Um, she has long blonde hair, very much like sun-kissed skin, uh, and she has her mask off now. You see there are a bunch of branches and twigs all throughout her hair as she takes her cloak off. All of the things that were basically hiding her identity.
Hmm.
And she will approach Celadonna, uh, like with a hand out, and says, "It is well to know that we are kin."
She will hold out a hand and to shake. Indeed, it is. Where will you go? Where will you go now?
Well, home. This was a bit of a trip for us. We'll go home, back to Ireland. The others will return their items to where they belong. And she like kind of references to the people that were staying in the tents. And we'll take the
I
ones that we need back home.
I must ask, what brought this up? What brought you out here? And they're surely going to come after you after all of that. Was quite it was quite a show. I was I did not expect to encounter anything remotely like this. And all I knew was that my mother used to be a part of this, whatever this is.
Yes.
And did you know her?
She just kind of like shakes her head side to side. I did know her, but I can't say we weren't on tea drinking terms, as it were.
Oh, it's all right. You can call her names. I do.
She liked to work both sides. Whatever benefited her the most is what she did.
Whichever direction the wind blows, isn't it?
Yep.
Much like a tree.
I You could say that. Uh the point is that, quite frankly, we weren't planning on doing this until we got a letter uh, saying that we may have friends here. Uh, that it would be about this time. It was we have a book, you see, and we get weird messages sometimes. And they said to expect a letter, and that's when we found the auction invite. So,
What
Could
kind of
I?
book?
Yeah. Could we take a look at it?
oh, it's back in Ireland. We wouldn't dare bring it here in case we're all captured.
Does it look like this? And then I pull out the book that I got. the book that I always have on me from the room when we were caught in the the time loop hallway.
It does look rather close to that. Ours, the cover is more of a dark purple leather rather than what yours is, but the latches are similar, and the looks like and she kind of peers closer as she kind of like reaches for it. It actually like sparks her off of it if she tries to touch it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not made for us.
I'm gonna kind of just like tilt my head over at Saldana and go, she's right, you know. The only reason, well, I mean, she didn't necessarily say it, but the only reason why you all were able to successfully pull this off was because you moved as a group. If you're scattering into the wind and you're not catching them by surprise, there's nothing to stop them from taking all this back.
Yeah. Uh, Look, we were only given information that about this time we would receive a letter and we would meet help. That's all we have.
So you don't have any plan for what to take all this after, how to be safe after?
Well, we do what we would normally do. We'll take our items, go back to our grove, back to the forest, and well, now we met all of you. I don't want to put this burden on you, but it is good to know that we may have allies where we thought there were enemies, as it were.
It, like I said, they're going to come after you, I think.
They've done it before.
Do you know who sent the letter? Where did you get the notebook?
Oh, we've always had it. Very long time. Our people, it is our duty to protect it. Um, we are the Fianna. Yeah. We have devoted our life to protect our home. We've had to lie low lately. It's been hard, but we help the little ways that we can. And we do our best to protect local communities, but the tides are turning eventually. And when that time comes, we'll be at the front lines. But at least our job for now was to steal back the items, because if they had those items, we wouldn't stand a chance. You know what that spear does.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
The only problem that I think that you might not be aware of is that there was a very powerful, very well-connected man as near the top of the Apollonian Society who sent me there to steal a bunch of things directly. And if there's one thing that I know him for, it's that standing in his way tends to mean that you've made an enemy for longer than you would expect.
That does sound like a bit of a problem.
I think that if you help me out, I can help you out.
All right.
He wanted a bunch of things. I'm not going to give them to him. But if you can help me lowball him, I might be able to bargain for a spot in to get some information and to give you all a heads up in case I hear anything about him moving on you. I need a book, the Malus Maleficarum.
All right. I need your word that you'll help when we need it. I need more than that.
What do you need from me?
Give me your hand. I need you to swear an oath. A gesh.
And Violet doesn't have a problem with this. Like, this isn't an issue of like being unaware of the consequences of what's going on, but of the fact that this is the job that needs to be done. And if she's got to jump through a ring of fire to get it done, she's going to do it. So she extends her hand.
She grasps your hand and says words in Gaeliga, the native Irish language. And you feel as though a bond is made. More than that, you feel as though you have a new code. Not necessarily changing how you would act, but you know, should you ever wrong the Fianna, you not protect them, not help them, a Gesh curse will happen. Like you have a Gesh now, which basically is a rules that you have to follow of sorts. It can go away after those things have been met, but at least for now, you have to help the Fianna when they reach out. If you don't, curses could occur. And they, in turn, are going to promise to give you the book and not try and steal it back. As well as, like, steal anything else that, basically to cause problems for you. Or if you would ask for their help, they cannot turn away from you.
All right. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go get. I imagine at some point you all probably would have told me that he was a vampire. The like information that we would have gotten while we were either like on the stagecoach or that I was doing like thieves' cant with Varela at some point. So I'm gonna take this and give it to an annoying calculating vampire so that way he doesn't hunt you until the end of your days. And with that, Violet is going to start heading towards Rose house.
I'm gonna stay back a bit and just say, would it be all right if I conjure a connection between us? Keep an eye and better to help you with in the future. If
I don't have a problem with that.
all right. And I think the way she would do it is ask them for permission to add her own name onto the book.
Are you talking to like their book that they have?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they don't have their book with them right now.
Mhm.
But they may be able to figure out a way to like build communication once they're back.
I
But
think
you could give like
then-
your like psychic signature or even a part of your true name to make that easier.
I think what she will do is she will you see her hair starts to transform into that like branch and leaf like consistency, and it starts to toil around, and she is going to clip off a strand of it, and after it's clipped off it transforms back into a strand of hair, and she will like tie a ribbon around it and pass it over.
I will protect this as though it was my own.
Thanks. It's Well, you know how it is. And now I give you my life in your hand.
I promise it is not. It will be protected. Should you need anything, whisper to the wind and we will hear.
I shall, and the same for you.
She gives a nod. And she starts giving out the different items to the different representatives that have gathered here for this joint operation. Violet, like as you're leaving, and Celadonna, depending on what you're choosing to do, um, you notice that there are a bunch of different like sigils of different secret societies, very much like that have been you've never heard of personally, but you can tell that these are secret society sigils that are on a bunch of these different tents from a variety of different places. This was a joint heist situation.
Can I? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, as a quick thing for my own personal notes, what was the name of this these sisters one more time?
Yes, so she is part of the Fianna, which you would know are a group of elite hunter warriors from Irish mythology. No one knows exactly how they work, other than that they can basically bind themselves to animal spirits and use that in their fight. Her name is let me get that real quick. Her name is Ashlyn, and I can spell it out for you in the chat, so it's a little easier because Irish spelling is a bunch of letters tossed together usually
All right.
in the best way. Here we go. As you guys are leaving, and you see like items are being divvied out, you begin to hear rustling in the trees nearby. Both Violet and Celadonna.
I also would want to, like, as they're leaving, I kind of want to just like observe them more closely and just do a mental inventory of which societies are we looking at, like this being a joint operation. I want to know who are my allies.
So as far as like the different secret societies, I can get you a better list later because I don't have each of their individual names. I just have like different countries that they're from.
Oh yeah, no problem. I just wanted to have, yeah.
There are a variety from South America. There are ones from the different British colonized areas. You see, like there is a group from India. There's a group from the different Caribbean islands, from the various island groups. There are some groups in Asia. But there's like basically one or two representatives for like each of these secret societies.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. If I hear rustling, I'm immediately hiding in the I am disappearing into the night here. Find me a shadow to hole up in and a bush to hide under while I see what's about to happen.
You kind of dive into a bush Um, and bounding, like almost like catching you off guard. You see Ian kind of leap up at you,
Mhm.
and start kind of trying to like very much like coming from the shadows, like in full Kusi form of like the
Mhm.
big green dog that is like very menacing for those that would not know the cute and lovable Ian that you do. Um, he looks very serious and he's
Mhm.
trying to like drag your arm to like get you the heck out of here.
All right. If he's pulling me, I'm running.
Okay. Um, he is going to try and bark at Celadonna.
Okay.
And Celadonna, I before you've been able to like connect to different animals and creatures,
Yeah.
you have a general feeling from the bark. He's not using his magical bark ability, but he's giving a warning that they're coming.
Okay. Um, I know. So this is not something I have used before. I usually use my medium ability to reach out to ghosts, but I can't also use my medium ability to what does it say? To predict people's futures. So I am trying to reach out into the ether and see into the future and prepare for what is to come.
Absolutely. You tapping into your medium ability, you start sifting through all of the different pathways and choices that led to this point. And you see that there's a variety of different ways this could go. But you know, just as you were worried about, uh, there are people that are hunting the Fianna that will be here sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
You see not people from the Apollonian Society. These are people from the different societies that you saw at the auction.
All right. I'm gonna turn to Violet and say, you need to go back.
Violet
Bring it.
is gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
that
right,
is
right,
why
right. He's
that's why
fast.
Ian was
Mhm.
able to bark at you as opposed to immediately pulling you out. Violet heard the
Mhm.
rustling and started to move, but she was leaving before when she got the book.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Celadonna's like perception is not that great. Like it's very much a case of she turns to talk to Violet because she was right here and then talking to Air. But then in that case she would turn to Ian and just say find Violet and get yourself back there and I'll try to distract him or hold him off. Create a divergent or some sort. Do you get that?
You hear a bark and reply further off, but your message was received.
All right. And I think she's just going to stay right where she is. And somehow I would like to conjure some magic um to almost create a illusion or some sort of, draw out the scent, draw out the yeah. I don't know what it's called because I'm not a hunter and I don't live in the woods, but something that has to do with almost like conjure up a double of this group of people who I'm trying to protect, the cover the track of, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You kind of begin to like basically um are you wanting to like cover their tracks or create like a
Yeah,
diverting track?
I'm using the conjuring tricks
Gotcha,
to
gotcha.
create essentially create like she starts to take all of the leaves and branches and starts to create effigies of all of these people, and she's gonna use magic to animate them in a way and adding scent to these people to attract people from the Apollonian Society and all of the other people who are trying to track them down, in order to cover for them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check to try and create this like diversion of sorts
Okay.
with the effigies.
All right.
So this would be stealth and precision.
Okay.
Or actually, I will give you the option because you're using your magic. Magic is usually done with with mind abilities.
Mhm.
Unless precision is better for you, you could add empathy instead of precision.
Okay. Uh, my empathy is better. So I have 2 successes.
Perfect. You start creating basically a false camp, giving those that are collecting the items time to tear down and exit. Um, you see the Fianna um, begin to like set up their own ambush points. Uh, Violet, as you're running through the forest with Ian, you start seeing the signs of some of these different groups.
Mhm.
Um, you see there are a variety of different birds that seem to be like hovering on different branches, but they have glowing eyes, specifically swallows. And you see like on their wings, they're embedded like almost into the wing is the sigil for the Chevalier du Le Foix, the Knights of the Faith. Like they are
Mhm.
sending scouts out here already. You also start to feel like the ground shake um, as you see what it looks like uh, a sort of fortress on legs that is starting to walk through the forest, kind of like shaking the ground itself.
And that's not like they're not like running by me. I just see them off in the distance heading towards the place I just came from.
Yeah, like you hear it. You can see like some of the trees break, making way, like foliages are like crunched and
Mhm.
pushed aside by this like very much like Eastern European walking house with like the bird legs, everything. Um,
Mhm.
but you see that these groups are coming.
All right. They already had a plan to escape. Um, I don't know what Celadonna is doing, but I feel like Celadonna and I are both very much on equal but like opposite terms of neither one of us knows exactly what the other person is doing, so we just kind of got to trust that it's going to work.
Mhm.
So I'm going to hoof it back over to. I'm going to continue my path of hoofing it back over to Rose House because I know that one thing that's definitely going to happen is that Hawkins is going to take this out on Varela and Williams and everyone else. And we need a bargaining chip so that everyone's at the table.
Uh, you begin sprinting towards Rose House. Um, Celadonna,
Yeah.
as you see the different groups coming in, you are severely outnumbered.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
I think so I'm going to take a page out of the one of the most famous ancient novel in Chinese culture, which is from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And one of the most effective and wild trick in the entirety of this warfare was when the strategist decided to just be chill. He's just gonna sit there and play the music and open the door, and so the enemy think that we are heavily armed and are ready for them, so that the sheer aura, the sheer confidence of it scare them away. So that's what she's gonna do. She's going to just lean and lounge in the middle of the road, and she's going to just sit there, do a little bit of a campfire, and sing a little lullaby, and just wait for them to come.
Uh, they, you see limbs of trees begin to break. You see almost like clouds of birds begin to fly through and land on perches around your little camp. As you are sitting there, very comfortable using your previous stealth manipulation check, um, you've done a very good job at making it look like there is much more of an opposition there than there is. You've also definitely given enough time that at least half the Fianna have been able to escape by the time that they arrive. Um, this is a this battle is going to be interesting because the Fianna are vastly outnumbered, but they work very well in guerrilla warfare.
Mm-hmm.
For very cinematically, please make me, I would say this would work for your confounding tricks. Make me another stealth manipulation to see how well this fight will go. If we play the fight out round by round, I think it'll be a little bit too time consuming for our night.
Yeah.
But we can do a cinematic sort of fight to see how this all goes.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For this cinematic sequence, you get to define 3 terms of successes that happen in this fight. And I will give you a choice at the end of it that will benefit you more. But you get to define 3 terms of how this fight went.
Okay. Do you want all of them right now, or?
Well, how about this? We will be taking a quick break. When you come back, you can hear how the fight happened, what the heck is happening with our prisoners, and will Violet make it back in time? We'll see you in about
All right.
10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Awesome. We'll see you in about 10 minutes, and we'll be back with more Vaesen. See you later.
Hi.
Okie dokie.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second half of the Morrigan Society, a Mythic Ireland Vaesen campaign. We are in the thick of it with the outcome of a fight between some different secret society groups, specifically the Chevalier de la Foi, the Knights of the Faith, the Pravda, which is the Eastern European group, as well as the Reconquista, the group from Spain. All of them converging. Cat, we don't chew notebooks. All of them are converging currently on the group known as the Fianna, a group of highly skilled nomadic warriors from Ireland that can morph into animals. But Celadonna, you made a very important check on the last one, a sort of cinematic battle to see the outcomes. And you got 3 successes, which means you can define 3 terms about the fight.
I think the first one is the Fionas were all able to get away to a far enough distance that they cannot be tracked by the incoming people.
Okay.
I think the second one is Celadonna is able to gather enough herbs and things to set up some peripheral traps to trigger when they approach, to make it seem like there is ample guerrilla warfare ready to go, to give them that hint. And thirdly, the surrounding woods happen to be able to be wielded by like somehow Celadonna's frequency and the surrounding woods is aligned enough that she can wield it to, oh man, this is too much pressure. There's some kind of substance that the tree sap releases that could really just slow them down.
So, as you've set up this battle, to give kind of like a play-by-play, we see the Pravda coming in with their walking base. The Pravda in general are known to do big attacks on big Vaesen, and thus you need big equipment, and thus the walking houses came to be. Very much taught in certain ways by the mythical figure Baba Yaga. They have used this type of practice in order to fight off very powerful Vaesen. However, there is one thing that is a problem with the walking houses, in that what is big can fall down. And the Fianna are able to do just that: take out the legs, create the base to fall, and making it so the Pravda are kind of weakened in that way. They're not great at guerrilla warfare. They're more so sit in place, cast a bunch of spells. Um, the the tree sap is causing a lot of problems for the Knights of the Faith, or because they very much are frontline fighters. They're getting into more of the forested area, and thus this strange tree sap begins to cause them to have mild hallucinations that make them see things that aren't there, adding to the mystique around this being a very the Celadonna's side being more powerful and more numerous than they actually are. Where things get into a bit of a problem is with the Reconquista. Celadonna, they basically wait for resources to be exhausted on the Chevaliers and the Pravda. Um, there are a few traps remaining before they get to you, and it helps slow them down so the Fianna can retreat. But it leaves you with a choice. And this will end positive in your way because of your success. But you have the choice. You can flee with the Fianna, or you can allow yourself to be captured. Basically buying the Fianna more time so they can't they have more time to get away.
I will allow myself to be captured and then feign basically take a page from my mother's playbook. Go where the wind blows, and will pretend that I have been working with Hawkins this whole time, and Hawkins can back me up because I talked to him. I expressed my intentions to him very clearly. So I came out here on the stag to help track him down. And I was sadly, tragically, a failure because I was by myself. I'm very happy to be captured and hat in hand go back and give any report that they need, and I will take any punishment that they see fit, but I would also offer to try try harder and try again next time.
Yes. Uh, you. Sorry, the cat tried to take the camera down, but we survived. Absolutely, you can do that, no problem. You are taken in by a man named Ramiro de Rivera. Very kind and gentle to you compared to some of the other people. Um, you can tell this man very much has the energy of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Uh, and will take you in like fully believing you, even at whether that is the truth or not, making sure no harm comes to you. Uh, very much trying to act protective in order to be manipulative. Um, we fast forward into the next morning. Violet, you've been able to catch up to the house. You see Finn walk inside, and you would know at least from the description of what Finn looks like. And we follow Finn through the scene that we already had in the beginning of the episode. Uh, you see, you can kind of like peer into the windows and watch that Finn is being led to where Father Segundo and Mr. Williams is, and we'll kind of like uh, as we wait to hear like what is your plan for getting in the house.
Okay, first of all, I have a lore question. Is it very specifically that anybody who hears a Kusi bark 3 times dies?
Anybody that hears a goosey bark 3 times dies.
And if this happens in a highly public, like in an area with a lot of people in it?
It's a lot of death. It's a lot of death.
Cool. I'm going to make my way. I'm going to try to sneak my way in. I'm going to open a window and like try to like sneak my way in. And I'm leaving Ian outside. And I have a signal with Ian, which is something that I've been working on. And so as I open the first window and I make my way in, I use my strike fear ability. And Ian barks once.
Oh, okay. You see all the birds in the area, and I think Father Segundo, Mr. Williams, you would hear this, and everyone in the house, anyone nearby, in a certain audible radius, your heartbeat begins to quicken. It feels as though like the air that you are breathing is thinner. Your chest tightens. The hair on the back of your neck stands up straight. You feel you are in a dangerous and wrong place and need to get out, almost like a caged animal can feel. I need fear checks.
That's cool. I have a thing for fear checks, I
Right.
think. What I will say is, if it's okay from a flavor perspective,
Absolutely.
I put a hand on your shoulder, Mr. Williams, as I hold my rosary in my other hand, and I close my eyes and I take great effort to steady my breath, and I say, I know Violet knows what she's doing. I know Violet knows what she's doing. Immediately intuiting that this has to be something that Violet is doing here. Okay, I add inspiration skill to my attribute test when performing a fear test because of my old Bible. That's the thing that I have. So
How do
what
you roll
is the
fear?
fear? I was about to ask, what is this fear test overall?
Absolutely. So, a fear test, you decide how your character deals with fear. Do they handle it with logic or empathy? Feeling or book smarts? Can they reason or do they muscle through it? If you deal with it through logic, you roll only the dice you have in your logic skill. If you handle it through empathy, you roll only the dice in your empathy skill. In addition to that, if you are with an ally, you get to add bonus dice for
Mhm.
however many allies are nearby, up to a maximum of 3. Uh, for uh, for Finn, you can add at least 1 because at least right now Hawkins is a tentative ally. And for Mr. Williams and Father Segundo, you also can add an extra die to that pool because you are with each other. And
And
whatever
this,
Mr. Williams gets to add for his
Yep.
ability.
right.
I have a talent loyal, which allows me to take a +2 if I'm in the presence of someone I have sworn to protect. Just the mechanical reason for that whole business last time.
So I think you're at an 8d6 total, and I'm at a 9d6 total on this roll. Well, I'm assuming you have 5 in empathy. Do you have 5 in empathy?
I
Or
I
logic
don't
if you're
because I
doing that.
spread things out a little bit more than that.
Okay, copy. I got 2 6s, Mary. I'm at 96.
That's exactly what you need.
Yay!
I got 1.
Okay.
That's better than me.
I'm sorry.
All right. So here's what is going to happen. For Mr. Williams, you failed by 1. This is a fear test value of 2. For Austin, you failed by 2. So you get to choose how does your fear come out. And there is a bit of a list as I get to that. Fear checks. There we are. So you technically become what is called terrified. Basically, your fight or flight instinct takes over from seeing a Vaesen. The options you have, you can flee, which is using all your actions to run. Freeze, your body refuses to move, rendering you completely immobile. You can't talk or perform actions. 3, faint, meaning you go full gothic horror and you full faint onto the daybed. And 4th, attack. Everyone is an enemy. The fight instinct takes over and you're throwing hands.
I think it makes the most sense for it to be flee, because I'm already leaving to go see people. However, if I can add like a flavor thing in Finn's mind, he does not hear the Kusi bark. He hears the neigh of a Kelpie.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Obsessed.
Mm.
For what does Mr. Williams do?
Well, we are locked up here. I think there's already a good bit of anxiety going on. Of the options, I think it's faint. It's not so much a melodramatic thing as a like heart pounding, clawing at bow tie, can't breathe kind of deal.
I have
Um,
another
sorry.
smaller mechanical question.
Yes.
because this is something that Violet would have been practicing while Violet was back still at the Galloway Castle. Is there a way that Violet could have prepared at least Williams or Father Segundo uh, for an eventuality for something like this, so that the first time they heard the bark, if they managed to maintain their senses, they could like protect themselves from a secondary bark?
Yeah, you guys would know at least, you would have been able to inform them to make sure they didn't hear the third.
Okay.
Do whatever it takes, put wax in your ears, do whatever it takes, do not hear the third bark.
Yeah.
Can I ask a lore question more broadly? Is this 3 times within a certain period of time, or is this our entire lives? If we hear it 3 times, we're cooked.
So this is where the information is debated.
Okay.
For the most part, it has to do with the creature. From the books you've read about Akusi, which is what Ian is, they have an ability, if you find them in the wild, it's very much you hear them 3 times ever, good luck. That is at least what the common belief is. What you know as an investigator is it depends on what the dog wants and how powerful they are. More powerful Kusi, those that are very old, that have greater ties to the other world, can have it where if you just hear their bark 3 times, you're a goner. Other times it's due to intention, and it depends like how much time have they spent in the other world versus how much time have they spent in our world.
Copy. Thank you.
I have an odd question, and this is just for like my personal edification. Is it like can they stack based off of like different Kusi? Like if I hear one, and like if I hear like a bunch of dogs barking at night, and they all end up being Kusi, is that just automatic death, even if they all only bark once, or is it more like?
So the big
This is just
thing.
me getting annoyingly technical.
No. I love it. So the thing is, the
I think it's
first thing
important.
is at least for like a pack of Kusi, that would be highly irregular because they're very territorial animals.
Okay.
Like as far as Vaesen go, they have their area. No one's allowed inside, even other Kusi. If you had a pack of them, for them to work in a pack, they would have to spend a lot of time in our world versus the other world. And thus it would be more intention based. So, like, if you heard all of their barks at once, it would count as one. And then if they choose to all bark again, it would be like a pack of sorts. Like, it would go off of a pack number rather than like individual dogs.
Okay, so it's like it would be like the dogs doing the wave, kind of.
So
Very cool.
on the note of being a little bit annoying but like intentional, since it is based off of the intent of me and Ian as we set this up, Ian would not want to kill Williams and Father Varela, and has also probably barked within the castle at least like once or twice prior while we were working on this. So I imagine that if it was 3 times in your entire life, there would already not be society in Galway.
Yeah, it's very much at least for the animals that would be able to do like one time in your entire life would be like legendary, like the original Kusi, or like Kukulkan's Kusi. Kukulkan, the mythological figure, had a bunch of dogs. But at least for Ian, no, like it wouldn't stack like that for Ian's power level.
So you all know at this point, well, at least you would, Father Segundo, because you're still conscious, the preparatory steps you should take in case this does escalate, so that way you are not caught in the blast, in the crossfire of what's going to happen.
Mary, would you find it credible that I would have in my medical kit that I have with me, just for this purpose, more than anything else, a bit of spare wax that could be fashioned into earplugs that I could put onto Mr. Williams. I could put onto any other ally I would find who would be near me, and that I could put in for myself.
Absolutely. That especially because this is we already even in a previous, I think it was episode 5, we had Violet practicing with Ian. So this is a known thing. You would know to have these things on hand. Also, there are many Vaesen that do work via auditory magic. So having wax on you would be like a basic protective material.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. I don't know if you're still with him or if you're with me. In the scene right now, Mary.
Yes. So we focus the dog bark goes off. Where are you? Are you like entering the house, Violet?
I am
Or
entering the house. I'm making it up the turret. I'm getting into Hawkins' office.
okay. Oh my God. All right. We're gonna pause there as I think of how that's gonna work. And we're gonna go so because like we're not running this in rounds normally for a fear check, I would have you both roll a d4. That's how many rounds you would be affected because usually fear happens in some sort of like encounter. But this is like a crazy deal making encounter. But we're not really running on rounds here. It's more theatrical or cinematic. Uh, After a period of time, you are able to gather yourself. At that time, Mr. Williams, you take uh, one mental condition. Uh, for Finn, you're going to take 2 by failing the fear check by 2.
Goody goody.
Seems appropriate to take frightened.
Yeah.
You guys, as you calm, Hawkins says very trying to be sincere, but you can tell that there's frustration behind the words. Um, he says, I think that there may be more problems than I originally thought of. Go and discuss whatever their dealings were with this auction. I need to deal with this immediately. This could be an absolute catastrophe. And he kind of like stomps his way down the stairs, making his way towards Violet. But Finn, you're able to the guards unlock the room that Father Segundo and Mr. Williams are in, and you're allowed to enter.
As I enter, are the guards watching me, or is it more like they close the door and they leave?
They stay outside the door at all times.
Okay.
But you know at least that the rooms are what I would consider semi-soundproof. There are ways to tap into monitor, but there's usually a visual cue if someone is doing that. Because you guys all have the sight, you can see certain words and things like that that would normally be hidden to those. But at least right now, it's not being listened into. The guard can't really overhear you guys, but he will be stationed outside of there until Hawkins tells him to leave.
Okay.
But you are allowed in the room, and he shuts it behind you. You hear it lock. And both Mr. Williams and Father Segundo, you see Finn stand before you.
Finn, are you okay?
Father, I was called to try and help you and Mr. Williams out. Hello, Mr. Williams. It's good to see you as well.
Likewise, he's still a little bit out of it.
I'll help you steady yourself. Looking over at you, Finn, do I see any of the impact of this on you?
Yeah. He's already very pale, like with like freckles. Like the contrast is more there because he is like somehow gone even whiter than bone. Um,
Mm.
uh, and he's breaking out into a cold sweat. And actually, you just reminded me, I'm taking out my cat.
Love it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um, yeah. So I take like I've been saying, I have this like big, uncomfortably sized duffel bag. Um, I open up the bag and you can see that like the reason it is that like it's partially like boarded to like have a space for like a small kitten. And
Mhm.
out comes this like little grubby, like I think it's been several months since we saw each other last. This cat has barely grown at all since then. It's still like somehow in the bumper car phase, like with the tail going up. Um, just this like gray and brown and black little monstrosity. He is as much colors as he is shapes. And this is Montgomery Whitty, my son.
And we've never seen, like, we wouldn't know from prior times with you, or we do know
Oh,
Montgomery Whitty.
you've both, I think, met hung out with Montgomery. You would especially know him because the um everything that happened with
Right.
the yeah. So
Perfect.
yeah.
I love that. I would then greet Montgomery as is our custom at this point, whatever our sort of rapport is like. Don't want to be overly imposing, but I do want to
Hmm.
give just a little bit of a how do you do over to Montgomery. And probably wouldn't have a definitive treat for Montgomery on me, not knowing that I was going to run into you, but I do have some rations. So, Mary, if you would allow, I would pull something from there that I expect would be healthy for Montgomery and might be to their taste. And do you think, Austin, that for Montgomery, I would be better served holding it in my hand or just putting it on the ground and stepping away to let Montgomery get near?
Montgomery is very familiar with you and he knows that I like you both. So he will eat out of your hand.
Okay, perfect, great. So I'll hold it.
Yeah.
I'll hold it out. Get down and say, Montgomery, it's so wonderful to see such a kind face.
Yeah,
Uh,
just immediately starts purring.
As
uh,
reasonable
yeah.
as that is, Mr. Williams definitely does have in one of his multitudinous pockets whatever kind of treat it is that this particular kitty has been willing to accept in the past. He's still working on Celadana's 3 because they just what they like one day they turn their nose up at the next, but
Yeah. I love that.
and while
It's just this like
he's at it, he's also going to pull out a small flask and pass it around because that was a bit much.
all right. So it's just this adorable little grubby cat, completely flush with treats and affection, in a prison cell. Um, Mary, if I interact with Montgomery as my memento, could I remove one of my conditions?
Absolutely, you
Mhm.
can.
All right. Frightened is still there, but I'm going to remove hopeless because there's nothing more hopeful than a kitten.
Very true.
Oh,
Uh, the most hopeful. And Montgomery just eats up very much in uh the cat like does like the like sound as he's like eating it, like guarding the food for himself. Like these humans are not allowed near the tasty morsels. And just is just chowing away at whatever treats that is given to him. You do have a few moments of rest. You do hear yelling outside
Mm,
by Hawkins, but that's about it as far as
all right,
commotion.
all right.
Mm.
So, why exactly are the two of you locked in this cage?
Oh, that might be better discussed not in this cage, to be frank with you. But the short of it is There are underhanded things afoot, and we ran afoul of them.
Yeah, isn't that always the way?
It is. I don't mean to be cagey. I trust you. It isn't you. I just would prefer we speak in a more comfortable privacy when we can.
All right. Well,
I can tell you this much.
Hmm.
All of this, as far as I can tell, began when he's phrasing this carefully, but when by some reports, armed people broke into our headquarters, murdered a member of staff, and somehow Hawkins decided that made us suspicious. It has gone downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did speak to Hawkins, and it sounds more like he's worried about the optics of it all. He's worried about how we'll be seen to the rest of the world more than the actual retrieval of the items. It sounds like the two of you are going to be scapegoats until we're able to find something else. Do you have any idea who could have done this? There are animal thieves there, but I haven't really been given much information.
It's easy to suspect some folks who may have been involved, but I would hate to bandy about conjecture and potentially put someone undeserving of being in here just for the sake of getting ourselves out. You are right, though. I do expect that we are here to be scapegoated. Perhaps to avoid being scapegoated, our only opportunity, without having to put another in our place, is to escape. I'm going to look around the sort of cage here to see what that would require.
The camera begins to shift back towards what Violet is doing. So Violet, you're trying to march your way through Rose House.
I'm not directly marching my way through Rose House.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I am at the very least hoping that the bark created enough chaos in the first place that guards are back like everywhere again, like running around panicking, so that I can sneak my way up to Hawkins's door. My idea is that I'm going to pick the lock without a care in the world so that he knows exactly where I am and comes up to see me. I want to have a private conversation with him.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. This is going to be a hard check, just so you know. You've done this through, this is the third time. So they're becoming a bit more aware of, oh my gosh, Cat.
That's 2 successes. That's 2 successes.
Nice. That is exactly what you needed. This was a hard check, not impossible. But you start sneaking your way through. You remember the timed intervals of how the guards went on alert. This time, the thing with the Kusi bark is it's there for like a period of time and then it ebbs away. But there's always the threat of another bark happening that puts people on alert.
And Ian's like moving around outside the ground so that way it's hard for them to see him and like to nail him down. Yeah.
He's stealthing. I'll make a check for that in a minute. But you sneak your way to lockpick. Go ahead and give me a stealth check with your lockpicks so we can see whether you make it inside this time.
All right.
And reminder that there are magical words as well as the
Well,
physical.
I mean, like, I want the magical
You
word
want
to
the
go off.
word to go off.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I want him to show up there. I don't want to. I'm not
Gotcha.
breaking in. Like, it's gonna take some time for him to show up. So, like, I'll look around while he's coming up. But like, I want him to be there because I want to have a conversation with him.
All right.
Uh, 2 successes.
That's what you needed. So, you are able to unlock it, not worrying about the ward going off.
Mhm.
Inside, you see that the walls are heavily warded. There's a spiral staircase that goes up to like 3 different floors within the turret.
Mhm.
The walls are covered in books, as well as artifacts. Like, this seems to be at least one of the most highly guarded areas of the house, and thus many dangerous artifacts are held here.
Mhm.
You also see many items that are missing from the auction, but there are still like a variety of books, artifacts, strange, different occult writings and objects. But you see at the very top is what looks like it is an upside down coffin that is held aloft in the air by a tree. Like, you see, like, the tree has somehow like sprung roots into the sides of the turret,
Mhm.
and the coffin is like connected to the roots of the tree. Like, the roots of the tree are like wrapped around it, and the tree just hovers at the very top of this turret.
Mhm.
And go ahead and give me empathy observation.
All right. Empathy is 2. Observation is 2. Empathy is 4. So 6. I'll take a condition. One success.
You know that the weirdness about that is there are times where it looks like it is really there, and there are times where it looks like it is an illusion, and it kind of flickers between the two. Um, in the times that it flickers, you see that like hovering at like the top, because the turret kind of comes up to a point,
Mhm.
basically encased in like so many different types of magic, is a branch of the tree that is in the turret that keeps flickering between being in the turret and wherever it originally was.
Okay.
Uh,
I.
you also,
Mhm.
inside of the coffin, you see there is a window, and you see a man that looks very much like Hawkins, like frozen in place. There's like a window, like almost like a to look in.
Does he look there intentionally?
With the amount of words that are on that coffin, uh, whether it was his choice or not, it's intentional.
Okay, cool. Um, I feel as if I might have overvalued the lives of everyone inside of this building. Uh, but we'll see what happens next. I'm curious to see what happened here. I might have got a little bit too big to go home, but we'll see what happens.
You just cut to the jail cell, and it's Finn being surrounded by two of the least toxically masculine men he's ever met in his life, just petting a kitten and trying really hard not to cry.
And then it's me. I definitely girl boss too hard, too close to the sun. Okay.
Um, Violet, you hear walking behind you in very careful footsteps.
Hmm.
And you just hear like slow clap, just like the good job.
Exactly what you wanted from me.
I have to hand it to you. You certainly know how to eradicate any type of alliance possible.
I mean, I feel as if you sent me to do something impossible that I was going to presumably die for, and then I pull the book out. I managed to get exactly what you asked for me to get. That was the job, was it not?
That is one
Hmm.
item of many that I asked you to get.
You asked me to grab a bunch of items that got stolen because there was a separate heist going on that I had no information about. I managed to track down the people who were stealing all of the items and to grab something and to hand it off to you, knowing that you sent me on that mission to presumably either become a scapegoat or die.
And this is where the miscommunication comes in. You know, I think we all need to have a very nice little chat. I think it's time for tea.
I would. Unfortunately, I only drink Mr. Williams's tea. He makes a fantastic blend. Have you had it before?
It wasn't a question.
It should. Actually, here's a question. You have a lot of very well trained people in this building, right? You spent a long time getting everyone here working the way you want. Rose House runs like a tightly maintained ship.
You're not wrong.
How much time do you think it would take to start over?
Awake.
A week from beginning?
It's not hard
Uh,
finding people that need a home.
I'm going to use Strike Fear.
The Ian barks again. Ian barks again, and you see that you can see like some of the guards coming to help kind of stop in their tracks. And you're immune from this, but those within the cell, you Dr. or Father Segundo, not Dr. Segundo, my brain. Uh Father Segundo and Mr. Williams, as well as Finn. Father
I'm gonna
Segundo.
die.
No, they have the earwax. They put the earwax in.
Yeah, Finn hasn't put the earwax in yet.
Oh.
I do have it.
Okay. I will say you can give Finn the earwax because our guest does have more episodes. So that's very good to have.
After this, we are gonna play this shit all the way through.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
If he dies, he dies. I will take the hit from Montgomery.
No, I'm not trying to kill. Please take the earwax.
So what you're saying is Father Varela hands over the wax and Finn
And it
puts
goes
in
on the cat.
his ears.
Yes,
Goes on the
yes,
cat.
that's exactly it.
I do have more earwax, but I don't think it's going to make it on time, is what I'm hearing.
Okay,
As
women
you're,
and
like,
children first.
Yeah.
salad, you get the wax filling Montgomery's ears as that second bark goes off. It is lessened for Father Segundo and Mr. Williams. You feel it too, but Finn, your heart, ow, buddy, you can't bite. Uh, your heart begins to race. You're almost becoming tachycardic. It is completely out of rhythm. Your chest tightens and it hurts. You feel like you can't breathe, like the air is not making its way. Your blood pressure rises. The world begins to darken on the outer corners of your eyes as your blood pressure like rises and then drops, but not fully bottoming out. Um, Go ahead and give me a fear roll, and we'll see how Finn does.
Okay, this is fun. Okay, I'm surrounded by two people that I trust, and my cat is out. Would that change anything? Does it change if he's very, very cute? Like he has the wax in his ears, and he's like doing that thing where he's like trying really hard to get it out.
So you get 3 bonus dice for 3 allies.
I love you.
Plus your whichever the logic and empathy for your dice pool.
Okay, so that's gonna be 8d6.
Fantastic.
Okay, if I roll insanely well, can I remove the frightened that I had from previous, like the previous bark?
Yes.
Okay. It's already a 6. 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 4. So it's 3 successes.
You needed 2. So with that extra success, yeah, you're able to cats, I swear to God. You're able
So
to
excited about Montgomery.
fully fight off the fear, and I think you're also able to heal that frightened condition
Okay.
with the power of cat snuggles.
Yeah. I think that it's like I hear it and it's to me in my brain it sounds like the Kelpie again. But then I just have like this really, really stupid moment of like, wait a minute, we're nowhere near the ocean.
I love that.
But the sound subsides. For Violet,
Mhm.
he has no reaction to this.
I was aware that he would have no. Well, I meant like he would have no reaction as far as like the bark of the actual Kusi, but does he have no reaction even to the fact that his men are very much looking like they might die at any moment?
100% no reaction, no regard for their care.
Okay. Like I can be a mild inconvenience, or we can have a regular conversation. I feel as if we still have something that all of us can walk away from here, and this work out in our favor.
I agree, which is why I suggested we all meet and have tea.
I don't.
You don't have to drink the damn tea, Violet.
Okay, well then let's just have this conversation. Then I don't understand why it needs to be a big to do about it.
He just pinches his nose and just says, please go. Guards, take her to the room. And they will escort you, not like force you to go, very much like give you the choice, but he leads you to a very, very secure meeting room. There is tea set out. Um, you can tell that this is a room that is almost always monitored by someone. You can even see like the watchful wards. But as soon as you enter the room, those wards are turned off.
Hmm.
Okay.
for Father Segundo, Finn, and Mr. Williams, your guard knocks on the door, unlocking it, and then says, "You are required for a meeting. The three of you. I guess four." Looking at Montgomery.
The cat just nods.
That sounds about right.
Let's get going then.
All right. Also, sorry.
Lead the way.
This is a Crimson being unfamiliar thing. I no longer trust, less than a metagaming thing. I no longer trust this man, and so the idea, well, I never did in the first place, but like especially so now. So like the idea being that you don't accept food offered to you by the Fae, and since this is a Vaesen that I do not trust, as he's like, yeah, let's have some food here. Just be like, no.
Valid.
No.
That's valid. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when the
Yeah.
first thing that a spirit told you was don't drink the tea.
Oh no, I wasn't there in the room for that, so that's why I was like,
I know.
Yeah, this is less of a metagaming thing, and this is more of just like, no, it's a Vaesen I do not trust. I will not take his food.
Yeah, no. Violet definitely knows better for sure. Yeah.
Celadonna. And I will say,
Yeah.
Violet, when you enter the room, you see Celadonna, as well as someone that you remember from the Spanish Reconquista, Violet. You see that he is dropping Celadonna off in the room. You have been, your hands have been bound, Celadonna, with some anti-magic manacles, just very much a just in case you try anything. But or else you've been treated fairly. They've given you rest, food, water, whatever you required, and we're just now arriving after the trip back. But Violet and Celadonna, you have a few moments before the others will arrive.
And if we have a few months on the other drive, I feel like we might still be being observed. So, like, cause like we're not safe anywhere inside this place. So I'm going to go. Yeah, I feel like there's like a very just kind of like nonchalant, just like small talk in here, just like so it seems like you had a fun night. And then like looking around very obviously to be like we're not talking about the thing that happened.
Celadonna has been acting this whole time. She was being treated fairly, but she's just all of the water work, tears, snot, and just shouting to the captors about how she's going to do better. She's going to make up for all of her flaws and failures. And can I do some kind of role to talk to Violet to like communicate to her that this all has been an act in the language that she's using? Like also understanding that we possibly are still being observed.
One might argue this is a bit of a thieves' cant.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, we had a fun little time on the coach on like the stagecoach ride to the auction, where it's like, hey, what was that thing that you and Father Segundo were doing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys can absolutely do the talking without like the subtext talk of getting to communicate what you want through more general conversation. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I would have like you would have communicated that to me that this is all an act, and I will be communicating that I am trying to run an operation and that everyone in this house is held hostage by me right now.
I think you would just get like a weird look, in a way. Like, I think she has been kind of holding it together. She's been holding it together by pretending to be like completely falling apart, and then hearing this, just pauses completely, looks at you, eyebrow right, one eyebrow right raised, and just blink a bit.
The thing that I would communicate is that
Mhm.
Ian might bark.
Might.
Might.
How many times has he barked?
Twice.
Playing a dangerous game here?
It was dangerous before we started.
I have a lot of blood in my root. I think I don't want to really talk about whether or not any of these people deserve it, but it comes back to haunt you if you have blood in your roots. There are different. There is another way. If you want to hold it over them, yes, but promise me that you will not do it.
If I have to choose between them and getting you home, I don't know if I can make that promise.
I don't have a home anymore.
I think that everyone else at Galway would disagree with you on that.
I know what you mean, but then again, that's the case.
Neither of us really have a home if that was the case.
Then whatever we are, as long as we have each other, or as long as we have the rest of all of you, I'm already home. I'm growing new roots, but there's still that old blood dried up. And I will never remember. I will never forget that. I will never forget it. And coming here, being here, realizing what my mom has done before. It leaves a mark.
And Violet is sorry, go ahead.
She would just finally say, I will not stop you if that's your decision, but I think there are ways to save more people.
He says he wants to talk. We can hear him out. I believe that there's a way for all of us to make it out of here. But he knows what's at stake, and this is ultimately in his hands.
I hope. I know this will be the end of him one way or another. But the rest, I think they're just pawns.
And Violet is like, there's gonna be a genuine moment of introspection here, Violet, because she's not bound or whatever, right? So like her hands aren't tied or anything. She's rubbing the ring she wears around her neck, especially all this talk about like whether or not like she has a home, if Galway is home, and she'll ever be able to go back to where she's from. This does actually hit. There's a moment of confliction here because as much as she wants to go back to her loved ones, if Ian barks the third time, no one here will be able to go back to theirs. But a genuine moment of trepidation here as she knows that she's kind of on a dangerous path and that there are no good options if things start going sideways. But Mary, if you want to pick up from there,
Yeah. So for Finn, Father Segundo, Mr. Williams, you're all led into this room, followed by Hawkins. Tea is set out at every place holder with the pot in the middle. And Hawkins says, "Now that I have you here, I think that we are up for some frank discussions. But first, would you like some tea?"
Here, let me. Have the individual cups been poured, or is it just the pot?
There's the pot in the center. The cups are empty in each of the placeholders. In the saucers.
He's going to think about saying something clever, but nothing comes. Drops the teapot on the floor. Since we're speaking frankly, sir.
Well, you see him wave the guards out of the room. I was hoping to do this easily. Unfortunately, that seems not to be the case. We need to have a discussion on how things go from here. I, for one, would like it so all of us could get something out of this. I think it's time to play a little game. And that is where we're going to take our end for this evening. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight for episode 7, A Most Dangerous Game. We have amazing folks here in the cast that this story would not be even remotely as good without them. Let's hear a little bit about what they have going on. And we're going to start with our wonderful guest, Austin.
Terrible idea. Hi, everyone. I am Austin. I also go by the Diabetic DM on all platforms. You can also find me on my show, Stories Told Again. We are a award-nominated actual play podcast that is disability, POC, and LGBTQ led from the start, very intentionally. We tell a bunch of stories, oftentimes talking about people in situations that seem very helpless, learning how to become agents of change and fight for what's right. And also, occasionally, we're operating a Waffle House during an apocalypse. You can oftentimes catch me over at Puck and Dragon Pub as well. Have a couple of appearances set up for June. And also, if you like my show, we're also doing our very first live show at Gen Con. Super excited about that. We're doing a traditional live show with the actual main cast of our first campaign redrawn, and then a second one shot that we're calling DM Deathmatch, where we're getting a bunch of DMs from a bunch of different APs together, making them play their favorite NPCs from their own shows and having them beat the snot out of each other for charity. Super excited about that. Thank you so much for this. Also, shout out to my wonderful partner, Kat Dwyer, who in exactly 1 hour is turning 29.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. I am going to popcorn it over to Crimson.
Hi everyone, Crimson Soul. I have played a very dangerous game, as the episode name would suggest. You can catch me. I've been playing Violet Eklund. You can catch me in twitch.tv/Crimson Soul _ or crimsonsoul.bluesky.social. You can catch me Mondays at twitch.tv/Valdrianth at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I play in a cyberpunk Thirsty Sword Lesbians game, and I have also done something incredibly dangerous, and I'm facing the consequences of. And you can catch me on Tuesdays at Stat Monkey Presents at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I play in a game of Rotted Capes, which is a post-apocalyptic, a zombie apocalypse superhero game, where I play Witness, someone who does dangerous things on purpose and nothing bad ever happens. I'm starting to sense a theme. And then right back here on Thursdays. And with that, let me pass this off to Danny.
Thank you so much, Crimson. Austin, so glad that you're here with us. It's so fun to have you here at the table. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Ran. Thank you, Vivi, who's producing here. And I'm calling out to you from the ether. And thank you, Nerds with Dice, for giving us a platform for this and having me be a part of it. I'm Danny, he, him, Danny Mendoza, Danny R. Mendoza, all over the internet. So if you just put Danny R. Mendoza in anywhere, you're going to find me there. But Blue Sky is a good place to look for my TTRPG stuff. I have a million things. I'm going to try not to make us too late tonight. So very quickly, I will say the way we were over at Pantsless Tables, if you're watching this live right now, is tomorrow at noon Eastern. So that's going to be Friday, May 15th is our second session at noon Eastern. We're already raising money for the Trevor Project as an early part of Pantsless Pride. And it has been announced, so now I'm allowed to talk about it, also raising money through a mutual aid network for direct assistance to vetted individuals in the queer community who could use some direct support. So to find out more about that, Steve over at Pantsless Tables put up something really great as an initial explainer. Links are available through Pantsless Tables to check that out. And if you're more comfortable or just prefer to give money directly to the Trevor Project, we're raising money that way as well. Tomorrow night is the fourth episode of Radical Resonance on Streaming Rainbow, where I am a member of the staff. That is a Rocket Club live campaign, part of Rocket Club, a multi-stage anthology, which Nerds with Dice is participatory in, and which Mary was a wonderful member of the cast for the show that we have here of Rocket Club, A Silent Harvest. We also have another one at Pantsless Tables, which is fully released already if you want to check that out, which is called A Fractured Sky. And we did a one-shot that released on Twitch and will be releasing soon on YouTube over at Pocket Dragon Pub called Neon Crossfire. Rocket Club Multi-Stage Anthology is a collaboration among these four awesome channels, M. Hubbard, the creator of the game, and Evil Hat, the publisher of the game, to celebrate the open playtesting period for Rocket Club, this incredible game about middle schoolers in a rocket club dealing with an alien invasion alongside their own volatile emotions, which are sometimes more difficult to deal with than the alien invasion, as anyone who's gone to middle school knows. So if you want to check that out, check out any of those shows, all of those shows. Every cast is brilliant. They're very different, and they just scratch the surface of what you do with this system. I could not be a bigger fan of M as an artist or of this game that they've created for all of us to enjoy. And if you want to enjoy it too, you can go to evilhat.com/rocket-club. That's evilhat.com/rocket-club. Anytime from now through the end of May 2026, you get a 172-page PDF plus supporting materials for free. All that we ask in return is if you do check out those materials, if you read them, if you get to pick them up and play them, if you even just watch any of these shows and you have some thoughts on like, hey, maybe the game could be better if you try this, share the feedback through the Google form that's available on that same link, and that will be available to you once you receive those free materials. You'd be credited as a playtester on the game, which would be super cool when it fully publishes, whenever that happens. And you'd take this already amazing game, make it even better. Last couple things that I want to shout out, because there's a million other things on all the channels I mentioned and on others that I'm in the cast of or that I'm running. Follow my socials for that. The other thing I want to mention is ahead of Pride, where all of these channels are raising incredible amounts of money for wonderful organizations at a really important time. Please check on my socials and everybody else's to see what we could do for that as that gets closer. We have fundraisers this month for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid. A lot of those have happened already. We have a couple more on the docket coming up that I'm a part of. Oops All Serpents over at Streaming Rainbow, where a bunch of people who played the same character in the rotating cast of characters that we have on one of our marquee shows, Inferno, which is Acheron Games' Inferno overlain on 5e. We're going to be doing a level 20 deck of many things driven, totally broken level 20 character focused. CR 23 to 30 adversary full, not just one at a time. There's going to be a bunch of them. Fest this Saturday, May 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to help raise money for a great cause and watch us get up to some high-level D&D shenanigans, go ahead and check that out. On the 21st, as a part of a 24-hour streamathon, raidathon, that Just the Human and Share TTRPGs are spearheading in conjunction with Streamers Without Borders, for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid. We're going to be doing, through Many Face Plays and Queers and Spears, a game of Pasión de las Pasiones Mass Effect Edition. I'm creating the play set for that. We're going to be playing that at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on the 21st of May. There's a bunch of other stuff, but I'm going to shut up and I'm going to give it to Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. Hi, I'm Steve, Tall Halfling on the socials, sometimes Tall Halfling RPG, because socials can't all agree about what names are legal. What do I have coming up? You can find me on Tuesdays with Crimson and Mary over on Step Monkey Presents, playing superheroes in the zombie apocalypse. Spoiler: superheroes are not immune. You can find me here on Thursdays, obviously. You can also find me all over the calendar, playing all kinds of one shots, especially fundraisers with Danny. We just recently played some Rebel Scum for May the 4th be with you, and some misspent youth, which I believe is where I just met Austin. I don't think we had run into each other before. Coming up in the next month or two, we'll be playing Eat the Reich, Killer Cure, Uncaging Nicholas, The Time We Have, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, and we'll pass it off to my newest friend, Austin.
Austin.
Well,
yeah, you went first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
I think it's Celadonna.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Sorry. That's yep. Sorry, Ren.
It's okay. Hello, I am Ran. I'm going to keep it simple. You can find me on social media. I am Burdick Inspiration on Blue Sky or Rhino Riddler on Instagram. You can also find me as a pro GM, the Lantern Keeper, on startplaying.games. I am in a bunch of stuff. I am sharing a bunch of tables with Danny and Mary in the upcoming weeks. So you can check on social media on those guys who are way better than me in sharing stuff on social media. However, to change it up a little bit, if you are interested in live theater, if you enjoy watching plays, or in the experimental variety, I will be directing a production of Faithful and Her Friends at Brooklyn College. So if you happen to be in New York City coming October, you can find me there.
I'm Mary. I am your GM for this evening. You can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels on social media. Coming up for me, you can, of course, find me for more Vaesen every Thursday. This weekend, you can find me back here on Nerds with Dice for the Walking Dead RPG, the Fields of the Dead. We have 2 casts going. You can see Danny in one. I am in the treasure hunting, and we were able to find the treasure. We are now trying to bring it home, and of course, nothing can go perfectly well. So if you want to see I think it is making the apocalypse queer, go ahead and check that out every Saturday night, or not every Saturday night. yeah, every Saturday night. My brain, it's like 11 o'clock Eastern, guys. But you can also find me on Sundays in two places. For Rocket Club, as well as over on channel Other Doc. We are rapidly approaching the end of season 2 of Lords of Gossamer and Shadow. We've been told it is the coziest Amber Diceless successor game anyone has ever seen. So if you want to see some Arthurian legends mixed with cozy time of interdimensional beings traveling world to world, making the place a little bit better, check that out on Sundays in May. And then this coming Monday, May 18th, you can find me on Pocket Dragon Pub, where I am running a charity one shot for Disability Awareness Month for another game of Vaesen. The This time themed all around Bealtaine, the May holiday celebration in Ireland. But that is all we have time for this evening. Nerds with Dice has so many wonderful, amazing shows coming up. We have Fields of the Dead, the I think it's Amazing Landscape. There's a wonderful show Sin runs.
Mhm.
Go ahead and check our social media, and we have Lancer, we have Fabula Ultima. So many great shows. Check the Nerds with Dice, Nerds W Dice on Blue Sky. We have VODs of all of our shows over on YouTube, and we have some fun stuff coming up for Pride. I think we still have some casting calls open for needing BIPOC players. So if there's games that you've always wanted to be in an actual play, you've never gotten to do it yet, now is your time, especially during Pride. We have like 16 tables of amazing GMs, amazing players, all trying to raise money for a great cause. That is all we have time for this evening, though. We'll be back next week with more Vescent fun. But as always, may your dice always roll hot. Remember to take your meds, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.